ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಹಲವು ಜನಪರ ಹೋರಾಟಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗಿಯಾಗಿ ಜನರ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಧ್ವನಿ ಎತ್ತಿ ನಂತರ ಜನನಾಯಕನಾಗಿ ರೂಪುಗೊಂಡು ಬಳಿಕ ಗುಜರಾತ್ನ ವಡ್ಗಾವ್ನ ಶಾಸಕರಾಗಿ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯಾದಂತಹ ಜಿಗ್ನೇಶ್ ಮೇವಾನಿಯವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತೀಚಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಘಟನೆಗಳು, ಕೆಲವು ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಬೆಚ್ಚಿ ಬೀಳಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಹಥ್ರಸ್ ಸಾಮೂಹಿಕ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ಪ್ರಕರಣದ ಕುರಿತಾಗಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಜಿಗ್ನೇಶ್ ಸರ್, ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಮಂಗಳೂರು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್, ಸರ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಹಥ್ರಸ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್, the incident which shocked many Indians. So what is your first comment on that incident, sir?
See, the way UP government, the concerned DM and the SP have responded to the situation is completely, bizarre and unpardonable. And this kind of arrogance on the part of UP government is highly, highly undemocratic. First, it's a failure. We must admit this on the part of the Union of India and the UP government. As I keep repeating before the media, Atrocities Act is primarily meant to take preventive measures to ensure that the atrocities don't happen with Dalits and tribals. Therefore, the name of the act is Prevention of Atrocities on Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe. So, UP government failed to ensure that these things don't happen. Secondly, when the rape happened, when the girl is killed, you should have been extremely sympathetic to the family, and you should have tried your best to ensure that justice is not delayed, justice is done, and you should have extended all kind of support to the victim family. Instead, you just don't care. You are being most insensitive, and you are being arrogant, insensitive. You just don't bother, you just don't care. You cremate the body without consulting the family, in fact against the will of the family. So this is unpardonable, and BJP must consider asking the resignation of Mr. Yogi Adityanath, and offence be registered against the DM, because there are reports that which says that DM has forced the victim family to sign certain papers. They forced the victim family not to speak to media, not to speak to opposition leader, and also one of the boys from the victim family gave a bite to the media, wherein he has claimed that one of the family members was kicked by DM. So his role really needs to be criminally investigated. And if the charges are true, then an offence be registered against him. So it's a terrible situation. And then, you lock the entire village. The victim is not allowed to narrate exactly what happened to them. The media and opposition is not allowed to go and meet the victim, know what happened with them. So, this kind of attitude is completely unpardonable.
But BJP is claiming that she was not raped at all. What's your reply, sir?
See, there are more than one High Court and Apex Court judgment which categorically says that if a man is forcing himself on a woman, that itself amounts to rape. Here we have the video of the victim, when she was so she has categorically said that I am raped. What else you want to know? How can you be so insensitive? And whatever the material is collected, from her body is collected after some 10-12 days. So medically you can't establish that. Then you have to go by the version of the victim. And when she knew, when she was struggling for her life, she probably must have knew that she may not survive. So at that point, when she is saying that I'm raped, then you have to go by her version.
Sir, do you really think that she will get justice from CBI investigation?
See, be it local police, be it CID crime, be it NIA, be it CBI, they are playing into the hands of the government. And only SIT, wherein the name of the two officers are proposed by the victim family, and let there be other officers from the government side. Only this kind of formation of the SIT can ensure free and fair investigation. Because when police is not doing its job, then you file petitions in the High Court seeking this CID crime investigation. When the CID crime investigation doesn't do its job, then we go and apply for the CBI investigation. But then we know what CBI has done in so many cases. So CBI itself has lost its credibility, right? So let there be an SIT wherein the name of two officers are coming from the UP government, two from the victim side. Now the victim side may not have the idea. So that is where people like me, other Dalit groups, Dalit Bahujan organizations, civil rights activists, human rights activists and lawyers, they all should be allowed and go and have a dialogue with the victim family. Then we can propose them to propose this to the government. The space is not there. So this CBI formation, it doesn't ensure, it's not the guarantee that there will be, the justice will be done.
Okay. While there are massive outrage against this incident, and on the other hand, some people are organizing meetings to support accused, and one of the meeting is organized hosted by a BJP leader.
See, actually, this is not new for me. Even in Gujarat, we have seen in so many cases, even in Rajasthan and MP, when Dalit issue or the tribal atrocity issue becomes very big, instead of being ashamed of what people from their caste have done, they mobilize the people for the accused side to take side of the accused, and this is not a new thing. The point is, in a democratic setup, if you are allowing that, then the media should also be allowed. Then the opposition leader should also be allowed to meet the victim's family. But when you don't do it, you are doing discrimination, and that is the casteist that displays upper casteist mentality of the state itself.
Okay. Do you see any end to this targeted attack on Dalits and Muslims rising day by day?
Lower caste, lower class sections will stop only the day when we all become human beings, right? When the caste is annihilated, and for that we need another level of consciousness. Unfortunately, our country is not ready for that at the moment. So I don't know how many years and decades it's going to take. But one day, वो सुबह कभी तो आएगी. One day we will be able to throw it into the dustbin of history.
There are widespread allegations that the activists has been they're targeted in Delhi riot case and they're wrongly arrested.
Grassroots activists, whosoever is against RSS BJP policy, is in the radar of Mr. Modi and Amit Shah. And it is the agenda of RSS and BJP that they don't want India to be, they don't want to get rid of Congress. They just don't want any form of opposition. If you're a journalist and asking tough questions, then anything can happen to you. The same can happen to activists. The same can happen to the leaders from the mainstream political parties. And I'm saying this with all the consciousness. They're completely fascist. They can go to any extent.
Okay. At the same time, those who provoked people, those who made slogans like Goli Maro, they're roaming freely.
Yeah. In blatant disregard to rule of law. So that is what the Gujarat model is. The ones who are fighting for the poor, they are targeted and put behind bars under UAP and other draconian laws. And the ones who are openly saying ke Goli Maro and all this nonsense, they are like roaming around. Okay.
Connecting to the previous question, the recent development is arrest of Umar Khalid. What's your take on Umar Khalid's arrest?
See, I know Umar for the past 3 years or so, and he has been a genuine guy. He's been a fabulous grassroots activist, and he's one of those activists coming from Muslim community whose consciousness is beyond caste and religion, right? He's a real Bharatiya. But only because he's Umar Khalid and not some Govind Chaturvedi, maybe he's targeted. And the way media has done campaign around Umar Khalid for the past 2-3 years, we knew that there is a deep design behind into it. Some of the media groups, in connivance with the PMO, must have planned this conspiracy, because fascists always need an artificial enemy whom they can continuously target, so that the people keep away from the real material issues.
Then how is your role as MLA shaping up? I mean, do you see any you're playing yourself in any important role in Gujarat politics or upcoming election?
Yeah, of course I will be one of the leading voice from the camp of the opposition, and I will keep fighting, keep struggling for the poor masses. I am doing a reasonable job in my constituency, doing a lot of work with regard to Manrega in particular, and enjoying the role. It's a very, very tough task. Working as an independent MLA without any without party structure, not having resources.
Do you have any plan to form a party? Or?
Well, let us see. I'm just 40. Let us see. My priority is trying to contribute more in people's movement rather than doing the electoral experiments. I have no problem with electoral experiment, but I'm not meant just for that.
Yeah, Dalit politicians who is in BJP, they only raise their voice or oppose BJP after
the
they
party.
after they sidelined by the party.
So it's quite understandable. They're compromised. They're the stooges of ruling class, right? They're like self-centric. They have personal agenda. They want to make money. They're fooling the Dalit masses, and therefore they join the BJP. When they start feeling that they are sidelined, they're not being given much bhav, then they start reacting. So their concern is for themselves, not for the masses.
Considering the Hathras incident and after what happened to that girl, after she burnt at the midnight, do you see any danger to our democracy?
Yeah, the destruction of democracy is already at work. All our democratic institutions are attacked. And see what is happening with judiciary, executive, opposition is not being allowed to speak, activists not being allowed to speak. This was not the day to see which Bhagat Singh laid down his life. This is not our idea of India. So Indian democracy is already struggling. And the kind of forces have taken over all the organs of the state, we are at great risk.
Thank you so much for sharing your time and sharing your opinions. Thank you so much for giving your precious time to us. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಜಿಗ್ನೇಶ್ ಮೆವಾನಿ ಅವರ ಮಾತುಗಳು. ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಿರುವಂತಹ ಇತ್ತೀಚಿನ ಘಟನೆಗಳು, ಹತ್ರ ಸಾಮೂಹಿಕ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ಇತ್ಯಾದಿ ಘಟನೆಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯವನ್ನು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಂತಹ ಹಲವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ವಾರ್ತಾಭಾರತಿ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯಗಳನ್ನು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೂಲಕ ತಿಳಿಸಿ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.